بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So inshallah, we are now moving on to some غير واضح words and some how we analyze those and how we deal with them. So the first word we have is Khafi, and let's have a quick recap before we move ahead. We said we're doing istidlal. We can do istidlal lafzi. We can use the word to do istidlal, or we can do non-verbal istidlal, non-lingual istidlal. That's غير lafzi. Istidlal lafzi, we do istidlal lafzi from the Quran, we do istidlal lafzi from the hadith and qawli, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's words. Yes? And in here we said we can analyze words individually, each word individually, or we can analyze a sentence or the whole jumla or the whole surah or the whole thing collectively, but mainly a sentence collectively. So kalam, so you have a text analysis or word analysis. In word analysis, we say, well, first of all, we need to determine the meaning of the word. Is the meaning known to us? If the meaning, what's the meaning of the word and the usage of the word? If the meaning of the word, it can either be clear, واضح, or unclear. So in terms of واضح, we explained that واضح means the meaning of the word is known. It can either be a khas, meaning it has a known meaning, and it refers to one fard, one member. And that can either be mutlaq, where there's no restriction, no sifa, no not, no any confinement. It's any one member of that group. Or we can have here muqayyad. And muqayyad means one member of the group. However, that one person is confined or restricted. So for example, we can have here abdun and abdun salihun. This is now restricted. Then we have am. When you have an am, you have different types of am. Am ghair maqsus is an am which remains without any, nothing has been removed from the am. So am is a word whose meaning is known and nothing has been removed from the am, it remains as it is. And then we have maqsus, and am maqsus is that am from which certain members have been excluded. You got it? So you have wadih, khas and am, and you have mutlaq, muqayyad, ghair maqsus and maqsus. Understood? Yes? Now we're moving on to ghair wadih. So we've done the wadih, now moving on to the ghair wadih. Now in ghair wadih, what do we have? We have a few words, khafi, mushtarak, mushkil, mujmal, and mutashabih. We'll deal with each one of these individually, and it's not that difficult. It's lots of words, but as we go along. And I said before, I've laid this out in a way different to the normal books, just to make it as simple as possible. Just introduce you to some terms. So when we do Usool al-Shashi, or when you do Nur al-Anwar, or Mukhtasar Matn al-Matan, etc., you'll be familiar with them in advance. So you won't be too, you'll be know what you're just dipping your feet in the water for now, so you get familiar with these words. Okay. Khafi. What does khafi mean? Khafi is a borderline between wadi and ghair wadi. Why? Because we say khafi is a word whose meaning is clear. So the meaning of this word is clear, correct? However, there is unclarity because of external factors. Look at this. For example, a khafi word may have multiple subcategories, and the application to each one of these is unclear. Let me give you a simple example. In a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-Qatilu la yarithu. That if a person murders somebody, and he is going to inherit from that person. For example, a son, na'udhu billahi min dhalik, la qaddar Allah, la qaddar Allah. He murders his father. Or the opposite way around, the father murders the son. Or we have uncle or grandson, and he knows that he's going to inherit. That he's greedy, so he gets him murdered. Correct? So, Al-Qatilu la yarithu. The person who murders somebody, he will not inherit. So the word qatil in the Arabic language, we say here the word qatil is wadih. It's clear. Yes, and you can say this is a wadih word. Is it am or is it khas? Al qatilu la yarithu. What do you think it is? Am or is it khas? Is it referring to one qatil or generally all qatil? You can say it's, I would say it's am. Yes, so it's a khas, am, and alif lam is for istighraq. Okay, yes, no murderer shall inherit. Correct? However, that's the end of the lesson. However, the issue we have here is when we look at qatil, qatl, qatl has multiple subcategories, different aspects. So so we are very clear regarding the qatil, that the word qatil refers to what? What does the word qatil refers to? The word qatil refers to the manslaughter, first degree murder. What's first degree murder mean? When a person intentionally goes out and murders somebody, that's called qatl. So clearly, this word is very clear regarding this, that if a person goes out and intentionally murders somebody from whom he is supposed to inherit it from, he will not inherit. So it's very clear regarding that. However, the khafa, the ambiguity is not in the word itself. The ambiguity is regarding the application of this example of this word to one of its subtypes. So one type of murder is, for example, I don't know what voluntary, involuntary, but let's call it manslaughter. What does manslaughter mean? That you became the cause of the person dying. Yes, I don't know what it means in terms of legal terms, but what we mean here in this one is qatlu khata'in. In Arabic, it's called qatlu khata'in. Yes, what does that mean? You intended the action, not the result. So, for example, so you're doing the thing, but you didn't intend the result. So, for example, and first degree premeditated murder, like I'm going to kill him. So let's say, for example, you were driving a car and you forgot the handbrakes, slipped, and he was at the bottom of the road and something happened and the car just drove over his foot and it broke his foot and he bled to death or something like that. La qaddar Allah, la qaddar Allah. Or you were operating as a bobcat or something happened, or you were in a swimming pool and you left something slippery there. He slipped and he hit his head and he fell and he hit his head and then he fell in the pool and he died. And is kind of your negligence, but you resulted in his death. Now, you have caused the death, but you have now, it's not first degree. So now the khafa, this word is khafi regarding this person. So a person, if he was the person who caused the death, he didn't intend it, but one of his actions, negligence, or his error or his mistake caused the death. In Islam, would he inherit or not? So this word, the word qatil is khafi, not in itself, but is khafi regarding this. So regarding the normal meaning of first degree murder is wadih. But regarding this is khafa, is ambiguity, is khafi. What would we do here? So now, obviously now, so for example, al-qatil la yarith is the niyu thubut. But in terms of, so what would you say here? The word al-qatilu la yarith and its application to first degree murder is qat'iyu dalala or dhanniyu dalala? Refer to first degree murder. Is it qat'iyu dalala or dhanniyu dalala? What's it going to be? Qat'iyu dalala, because al-qatil clearly includes first degree manslaughter. So would any of the fuqaha differ in this? I mean, if we establish al-qatil la yarith is authentic, and we've proven it thubut to a certain extent, would any of the fuqaha, after accepting the premise of this hadith, would they reject first degree murderer and say he can inherit? Would any of the fuqaha differ? No. What was it different in? Because it's khafa. There's ambiguity. There's ambiguity now. Each person now in here, this is now what? This is now dhanniyu dalala. Whenever you get dhanniyu dalala, the fuqaha, each to their own. Each will have his own methodology regarding istidlal. What does it apply or not apply? This now becomes qat'i. This is qat'i dalala. This is dhanniyu dalala. Is that clear? Are you following? Does everybody understand what this means? Okay. Okay. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.